Hello, it's Pat again in my back porch yoga studio. And today we're going to do a gentle class, opening up our hips, maybe opening up our hearts, and just bringing ourselves into a more peaceful, quiet state. So we're going to start in your favorite position on our backs. So get onto your mat, lower onto your back. Legs can be extended. Soles of the feet can be on the mat, the knees bent. Arms resting on the belly or by your side. Soften and close your eyes. Let the back body melt into the mat. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and let the shoulder blades gently sink into the mat as well. Feel yourself totally supported, and even think about the sensation of just being held and supported by Mother Earth. Take a nice slow inhale, sighing out the exhale. Do that 2 more times. Big inhale. One last time. Big inhale. And then return to your natural rhythm of breath. And just take a few moments just to be still and peaceful on your mat. And then begin to notice your breath. At first, just become aware of the body being breathed. The sensation of breath coming into the body and the sensation of breath leaving the body. Gently quiet the mind. And then begin to deepen your breath. As you inhale, allow the belly to soften and feel it filling with your breath. Pause as the belly fills, and then exhale out, emptying the belly completely. On the next in-breath, welcome that breath back into the belly. Let the belly expand fully. Pause, exhale, empty the belly completely. You can rest your hands on belly and chest or just leave them by your side. Again, inhale, filling the belly. Pause, exhale, empty the belly. And then on the next in-breath, let's expand our breathing. So inhale into the belly, and then allow the breath to travel even deeper up into the ribs and feel the ribs expand. Pause at the top of your inhalation, and then exhale, empty the ribs, and then empty the belly. Again, on the in-breath, belly expands, and then the ribs expand. Exhale, ribs and belly. And again, inhale, belly, and then ribs. Pause, exhale, ribs and belly. And now go as deep as the body will allow on the next in breath. Expand the belly. Let that breath travel into the ribs, and then let it travel up into the chest and broaden the collarbone and fill yourself as completely as you can with breath. Pause, hold the breath for a moment. Exhale, emptying from chest and then ribs and lastly belly. Pause, feeling empty of breath. And again, inhale, belly, ribs, all the way into the chest. Pause. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly, and pause. One more time, inhale, belly, ribs, all the way into the chest, as deep as you can breathe in. Pause. Exhale slowly, chest, ribs, and belly, and pause. And then find your natural rhythm of breath and receive these words. 10 breaths. I count out 10 deep breaths before I enter the adventure of my practice. 10 breaths to bring myself present in the here and now. Ignited by awareness, energy wakes and carries me from effort into ease. Presence itself breathes through me, the unseen substance of love, so tangible and strong that each long breath offers up the key to my release. So my invitation today is to focus on the breath as we practice. Allowing the breath to open you up, to fill you with love, to fill you with peacefulness and contentment. Move into Ujjayi breath, inhaling just as deeply through the nose, slightly constricting the back of the throat, exhaling through the nose. As you settle into Ujjayi breath, take a moment to check in with yourself. Just notice what's happening in the body today. Notice where there's tension. If you have any discomfort, any injuries, stiffness, pain. No judgment, no negative talk, just awareness and viewing it with kindness and compassion. Always remembering to honor the body as we practice, to listen to the wisdom of the teacher within. And now gently check in with the mind. Is it scattered? Is it anxious? Is there a ticker tape of things to do or things you wish you could do? Is there frustration, disappointment? We're going through difficult, crazy, weird times. So it's natural to have all of those emotions, all those feelings, all those thoughts. So just invite the mind for the next 45 to 55 or so minutes to just settle and be. And lastly, check in with the heart, with those emotions. I think all of us, I'm speaking for myself here, find that even though I think I'm handling things well, all of a sudden I find myself spinning around in circles, scattered, not focusing on one thing. and just realizing at that moment that I'm not as calm and centered as I thought I was. So be kind to yourself, to your loved ones, and use this practice to help you get back to your center, get back to being grounded, and try to relax and relieve some of that tension. On your next in-breath, gently hug knees into your chest. Wrap the arms around the shins or just place hands on them, whichever's available, and gently rock side to side. Massage the lower back, and then come to stillness. Release the soles of the feet onto the mat. Knees are bent, legs are hip width apart. Take a nice deep inhale, hug that right knee into the chest and make some ankle circles. Go in one direction about 4 or 5 times. Shoulder blades relax, back body is grounded onto the mat. And then pause with that ankle and then reverse directions for about 4 or 5 times. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Pause, and then take the hands and clasp them behind that right thigh. And take a nice big inhale, extend the right leg, press through the heel, flex the toes towards you, and then exhale, bend the knee so that the heel comes towards the back of the thigh. So just gentle knee pumps. Inhale, extend, exhale, bend. 2 more times, relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, extend, exhale, bend. 1 last time. Inhale, extend, flex the foot, and leave it there now. Soften the knee, and then leave the hands either on the thigh, or if you can slide them to the calf, do so, and then gently, big inhale, as you exhale, gently pull that leg towards you to your comfort level. Hip bones, tailbone stays grounded on the mat. Gentle stretch here. Nice deep inhales. Try to keep the shoulder blades down. Breathe into the back of the leg. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Focus on breath and feeling the back of that leg gently releasing and opening. 2 more rounds of breath here. And then slowly, gently bring that knee back into the chest. And then take the right ankle and place it onto the left thigh. Take the right hand and gently press on the right thigh. Flex the right foot so that the toes and shin and knee are all parallel. Relax the shoulders. Take a full round of breath here, trying to relax the hips and keeping them square on the mat. On the next in-breath, we're going to thread the right hand between the legs as we hug that left knee in, and take that left hand and it's going to clasp that right hand behind the left thigh. We're flexing our left foot. We're keeping our left shin parallel to the mat. And then we're gently, with the breath, at first just pausing here, and then slowly, as the body is ready, hug that knee in until you find a really good stretch in the right hip. Try to soften and relax the rest of the body, the facial muscles, the shoulders into the mat, the back body. Even try to relax the hips and the thighs so that as you gently hug that left knee in, you're getting a good stretch on the outer edge of that right hip, opening it up, breathing into the space. We tend to hold a lot of tension in our hips, and this is one way of releasing and letting go of that tension. I'm going to take 3 full rounds of breath here, so just relax, breathe, and let go. Last round of breath here. And then gently start to straighten the left leg up to the sky to your comfort level. So a little stretch in the back of the left leg and just a little more of a stretch in that right hip. Everything else stays relaxed. Big inhale, exhale, bend that left knee and then release that left foot onto the mat. Hug that right knee back into the chest and then pull it towards your right shoulder. Take your right arm to the inside of the thigh and then cross your hand and either grab your ankle or the outer edge of your foot and come into half happy baby. So the sole of the foot goes towards the sky. The knee is pressing away from the torso. The hips are square on the mat. Just a nice stretch here. Opening up not only the hip, but the groin. One more round of breath here. Gently release the foot, hug that knee back in. Extend the left leg long. Take the left hand to the outside of that right bent knee. Take your right arm out to the side and then slowly guide that right leg over the left. Shoulder blades sink into the mat. Roll slightly onto that left hip for supine twist. Again, letting the shoulders sink, relaxing the hip, relaxing the body on the mat, breathing. Twisting from about mid-back. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Let everything sink into the mat. Gaze can be up to the sky. Or if you want a deeper stretch, you can turn and look towards that right hand. Do what's best for your neck and for your body. Honor it, listen to it. Surrender here. 2 more rounds of breath. On your next in-breath, slowly, gently, start to ease onto the back. Let that right knee release the left hand and bring that knee up towards the sky as you roll onto the back. Hug that right knee back in. Bring that left knee in to meet it. You can rock side to side if you need to. And then release the right sole of the foot onto the mat. Clasp hands behind that left thigh. And do some ankle circles. 4 or 5. Or you can hold on to your shin, whichever feels better. And then pause and reverse directions. Really make them nice and big. Work through the ankle, even feel it in the feet. And then pause, clasping hands behind the thigh if it isn't there already. Take a big inhale, extend that left leg, flex the foot. Exhale, bend that left knee. In breath, extend. Hips are square, shoulders sink into the mat. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. And this last time, inhale, extend, flex the foot, soften the knee, and either leave the hand behind the thigh or if it can reach up to the calf, Let it go beyond the back of the knee to the calf and gently pull that leg towards you to your comfort level. Feel that opening in the back of the leg. Relax those shoulders. Relax the hips. Breathe, nice steady breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Relax the body. 2 more rounds of breath here. On the next in-breath, gently bend that knee back in. And then place left ankle on right thigh. Left hand gently presses on that left thigh. Make sure those hips are square on the mat. Left foot flexed. Take a round of breath here. And then scoop left hand through the legs as you hug that right knee in. That right hand meets the left hand behind that right thigh. Bring that right shin parallel, flex that foot. Let the shoulder blades sink into the mat. And then you control the intensity by how much you bring that right knee towards the torso. Breathe, nice steady breath. Try to relax the facial muscles, the back body, the hips. Breathe into that left hip now, opening it up, seeing if you can release and let go of tension. Let the body relax and be supported on the mat. Let the breath flow freely. 2 more rounds of breath here. On the next in-breath, slowly straighten the right leg to your comfort level. Get a nice stretch in the back of the right leg and deepen the stretch in the hip by gently pulling that leg slightly towards you. Nice big inhale and exhale. Slowly bend that right knee, bring that sole of the foot to the mat. Hug that left knee in and then take it towards the left shoulder, left arm inside the left thigh. Hand reaches for ankle or the edge of the foot, half happy baby. Keep the hips square, shoulders square. Feel that nice, yummy stretch. Take 1 more round of breath here. Release the foot. Hug the left knee in. Hug the right knee in. And then take both legs wide for a full happy baby. On both arms inside the thighs. Reach for ankle, for the sole of the edge of the foot. Take the soles of the feet to the sky. Nice deep inhales and exhales. And then either holding on to your ankle or if it's available, take hold of the big toe with your peace fingers and extend the legs open wide for an inner thigh stretch. So if holding the toes is too much, just grab a hold of ankle or even the calves. Just support the legs and open them wide, flex the feet. Big, nice stretch on the inner thighs. Nice big inhale and exhale. 2 more rounds of breath here. Take a nice big inhale, bring the knees and the legs rather together. Hug the knees into the chest. And then roll to one side. Pause, take a full round of breath. And And then slowly and gently rise. And let's come on to hands and knees for tabletop. Take time to pad your mat if you need to with a blanket. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Your wrist over your shoulder. Knees over your hips. And pull that navel in and up. You want the back nice and long. Try to press the chest away from the mat so that you kind of round right between the shoulder blades so you're not sinking. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale. And then slowly we will come into cat-cow. So in breath, drop the belly, pull the heart forward, curl the tailbone. Exhale, round the back. Drop the head, drop the tailbone into cat. And then float between cat and cow. Inhale, open into cow. Let that belly soften and drop. The heart pulls forward. Exhale, round the back. Breathe into that space. Drop the head and tailbone. Take 3 more rounds. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Go at your own pace, moving with the breath. One last time. And then let's come into child's pose. So take the knees wide, big toes touch, ease the hips back, pour the torso forward, extend the arms. Modification would be to stack the arms and bring the head onto the hands. Let everything sink and surrender here. Take 3 rounds of breath. On your next in-breath, slowly begin to rise. And then walk the hands forward. Pull the navel in, let the hips drop forward, and then lower the thighs, and then the hips, and then the belly. Hands come under the shoulders. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Roll the shoulders back. Hug those elbows in. Forehead rest on the mat. Big inhale, pull the heart forward and up for a cobra. Exhale, release. Take a nice big inhale, lift slightly so that you can bring your elbows under the shoulders, palms are flat. Look forward, pull the chest forward and up, pull the navel in and up to protect the lower back into big pose. So squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another, squeeze the legs, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Take a full round of breath here. Feel the back body, the back muscles working, and then exhale, release. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back, hug the elbows in. Big inhale, baby cobra. Press up. Exhale, release. Big inhale, rise back to tabletop. And let's come into our table balance. Reset in tabletop. Take a big inhale. Extend the right leg behind you. Toes turn towards the mat. Square the hips. Press away, and then extend that left arm forward. Big inhale, and exhale here. In breath, arm to the side, leg to the opposite side. Exhale, bring them back. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring them back. Really pull that navel in one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. Hand and knee releases. Wiggle the hips. Reset the body. Take a full round of breath. And the other side. Big inhale, engage the core. Extend that left leg. Hips are square. Press away from the mat. Extend that right hand. Big inhale and exhale. And then inhale, arm out to the side, leg out to the side. Exhale, bring them back. Inhale, open. Bring them back. One more time. Inhale, open. Bring them back. Release. Come back to tabletop. Curl your toes. Press the hands firmly into the mat. Take a big inhale. Lift the knees and press into downward dog. So when you come into downward dog, heels do not have to touch the mat. You want the sit bones to rise really high. And you want the head to gently come between the arms. And you want to fill that space between the shoulder blades. Once again, the shoulders are sinking down into the back body. And then gently walk the dog. Bend the right knee, press the left heel towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch. And then reverse. Do that several times at your own pace, inhaling and exhaling. Going and moving and gently awakening the backs of the legs, lengthening the spine. One more time on each side. And then come onto the balls of the feet if you're able. Just roll onto the balls of the feet. Let those sit bones get really high. Big inhale, exhale, let those heels sink. Take a round of breath here. Take your gaze to the hands. Gently start to walk. Bring the fingertips onto the mat or even off of the mat till the feet meet the hands, and then come into a ragdoll. So forward fold, bend the knees, let the torso rest on the thighs if that's available to you. Let the head drop. Just let everything go. Let the lower back release. The head and neck are heavy, and the natural weight of them just pulls them towards the mat. They're relaxed. Shake the head. Yes and no. Whatever feels good. And then pause. And then take opposite elbow into opposite hands and gently sway. Pull that navel in to support the lower back. Let everything hang. Come back to center. Release the hands to the mat. Slide the hands up the shins, under the knees, halfway lift. So your back is like a banquet table, nice and long. Navel's pulled in to support it. You're reaching through the crown of the head, slight bend in the knee. Sit bones go pressing behind you. The big inhale, exhale, fold again. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Honor the body. And then we're going to rise up. So drop the chin, round the back. Bring the hands onto the thighs, round the back, shoulders, and then neck. Head comes up last. Open up the palms. Make sure the feet are hip width apart. Nice deep inhale and exhale here. Take a nice big breath. Take the arms overhead. Exhale, press the palms together, bring the hands to heart. 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more time. Inhale, reach. Clasp the hands and then press the palms up to the sky. Lengthen, so reaching, let those shoulders sink. Lengthen through the side body. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, bend slowly to the right side. Press the left hip away. In breath, rise. Exhale, press to the opposite side. In breath, rise. Release the hands. Open the palms. Big inhale. Exhale, come into a fold. Slowly rise, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. In breath, rise again. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Round the back, drop the chin, soften and bend the knees, rise. Once again, hands to heart, exhale, fold. Halfway lift. This time, releasing fingertips to the mat. Take the left foot, step it way back, drop the heel, and pivot on the ball of the foot so your back foot is parallel to the short end of the mat. We're coming into warrior two. So frame that front foot. Slowly start to lift the torso, bring that left arm forward to the sky behind you, and then bend that right knee, gaze over the right hand, warrior two. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Breathe here, hug the inner thighs in, lift out of the waist, engage those lower abs. Feel the feet rooted into the mat. Flip the palm. Exalt the warrior. Arm reaches up. Back hand as a kickstand. Legs stay as they are. Big inhale. Exhale back into your warrior two. Gently straighten that right foot, leg. Don't lock out the knee. We're going to come into our triangle pose. So imagine your hand is on a tabletop table, a high bar height table, and you're pulling that navel in, you're slightly pressing left hip out, and you're reaching to the edge of that table. There's something at the edge you want. Maybe it's $100 bill. Just saying. Release the hand to the shin. It can be even by the knee or the thigh, depending on your flexibility. Take that left hand, put it on the hips, and just gently rotate the ribs towards the sky as you tuck that right glute in, shoulders stack, and then extend that arm for your expression of triangle. Breathe nice deep inhales and exhales here. Gaze can be down, can look forward, or turn the head and look to the thumb if you have that balance and you have no neck issues. Do what works for your body. On the in-breath, pull that navel in as we rise and sink back into our warrior two. Windmill that back hand. Bring both hands to frame the foot. Come onto the ball of the back foot, rotate it so that all 10 toes are facing in the same direction, and then step that left foot to meet the right and come into a halfway lift. Exhale, gently fold. In-breath, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Come into your mountain pose. And then we're going to do that on the other side. So I'm going to turn so that you can see me. Inhale as we rise. Exhale as we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time it's the right leg stepping back. Remember, I switched sides, dropping that Right foot so it's parallel to the back end of the mat. Get your foundation. Right hand comes forward as we start to lift the torso up to the sky and then behind us, and then we bend that knee. Take time to refine your pose. Heel in arch or heel alignment. Gaze over the left hand. Sink in, hug those muscles of the inner thighs inward, upward. Lift out of the hips, engage that lower core. Flip the palm, reach to the sky, exalt the warrior, legs stay as they are. Breathe here, nice deep inhales and exhales. Sink back into your warrior two. Slowly and gently as you inhale, straighten that left leg. Don't lock out the knee. Start to slide the left hand on that tabletop, press the right hip away. Find your expression wherever that might be. Right hand to right hip, gently rotate so that the ribs open up to the sky, the shoulders stack. Extend the arm. Gaze to the thumb, gaze forward, gaze even looking down to the toes of the left foot. Nice deep inhale and exhale. One more round of breath here. Pull that navel into the spine as you slowly rise up. Sink back into your warrior two. Windmill that back hand. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. Step that foot to meet the left halfway lift. Exhale, fold. In breath. Rise up. Take 3 rounds of breath here. Nice deep inhales and exhales. And today, for balance, we're going to come into crane pose. So think Karate Kid, where we bend up one knee, lift the foot. I'm going to walk you through it, so take feet hip width apart. Engage that core, find that focal point, something that's not moving. If you need to be by a wall to support yourself, stand by a wall. You can have one hand resting on that wall for safety. And then slowly start to shift the weight into the left leg. Pulling that navel in, remember to breathe, focal point. And then bring the arms out. You can kind of pretend like they're wings if you like. Or just bring them out for counterbalance. And then slowly bend the right knee and lift the toes off the floor. Breathe. Root into that standing leg. Pull the navel in. Beautiful. And then release. Maybe ruffle your feathers. Roll the shoulders. Wiggle the hips. Root back in. Other side. Take a moment to just reset the body. And remember, balance, we're just exploring, we're playing. It doesn't have to be perfect. Engage the core. Start to shift the weight into the right leg. Focal point. Look at something that's not moving. Remember the breath. Bring the arms up. They can be wing-like, they can be out. Slowly bend that left knee. Bring the toes off. Just think like a beautiful crane in the marsh. Nice deep inhales and exhales. And then release. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. And then let's come down onto our mat. So just come down into a seated position. Extend the legs forward into stack pose. So find those sit bones. Sit tall. You can rest the hands, roll the shoulders, engage the core, soften the knees. You can even take your rolled towel, if you have one, and put it under the knees, especially if you have tight hamstrings and lower back. And we're going to come into a forward fold. Big inhale. Think about leading with the heart. We're trying to not dive, but keep the back long. And just exhale, hinge from the hips, reaching, reaching, reaching. As far as you can reach, and then surrender. When you surrender, then let the shoulders relax, let the head drop, let the back round. Breathe, nice steady breath. Inhaling and exhaling. One more round of breath. And then slowly begin to rise. Remove the towel if you use the towel. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. And we're going to lower onto our backs. Hands can be on shins, on the back of the thigh, or if you want to challenge your core, lower down. One vertebrae at a time. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. And then release both feet. Knees are hip width apart. Knees are bent. Walk the heels towards the glutes. We're going to come into one round of bridge. So as always with bridge, our gaze is up to the sky. We have that nice neutral neck. So we're resting on the back of the skull, but the chin is not tucked, or nor is it exaggerated up to the sky. Just have it nice and neutral. Shoulder blades are down into the mat. And then arms, back of the arms, forearms and palms. So take a moment, press the navel gently, press the tailbone gently so that you're really feeling the back body rooted on the mat. And then on the in-breath, we're going to root in and start to lift the hips skyward. So big inhale, root and lift. The knees will go slightly forward, gaze is to the sky. Engage the glutes, gently squeeze them, press into your shoulder blades and your arms. That's where the majority of the weight is there, and in your feet. Take a nice round of breath at the peak of your bridge. Big inhale and exhale. If you can hold for a second round of breath, go for it. And then start to articulate the spine down, as if you're putting one vertebra at a time onto the mat. Tailbone comes down last. Step the feet to the edges of your mat. The knees are bent, arms out to a T, and gently windshield wiper the legs. One more time each side. Step the feet together. If you have a blanket or blocks, lift the hips and bring the blanket or blocks under the tailbone for waterfall. If you have nothing, just leave the hips steady on the mat, bring the knees over the chest, and extend the legs for waterfall. Let the back body sink into the mat. Let everything begin to relax and let go. Soften or close the eyes. Start to return to your natural rhythm of breath. Allow yourself to relax the body, soften the facial muscles, sink the tailbone, sink the hips, either into block, your blanket, or the mat. One more round of breath here. And then slowly release the right foot and the left. And then extend the legs long on the mat and take the arms overhead for a full body stretch. Big inhale, sigh out the exhale. Let the body go limp. Big inhale, sigh out the exhale. Body relaxes. One last time, big inhale. And sigh out the exhale. Bring the arms back to the sides. Bring the knees in one more time. Gently rock side to side. If you want to come into happy baby, take a happy baby. Or take any stretch, one last stretch. It could be a twist, a gentle twist on each side. Whatever feels right to you. Just take a few moments here to stretch out, to take any last movement, any last pose your body needs. And then once you take that last pose, take a full round of breath, and then journey into Savasana. So take and extend the legs and bring them towards the corners of your mat so that the legs roll naturally out of the hip. Bring the arms out on an angle as well with the palms up so that the shoulders can sink. Soften and relax the facial muscles. Feel the forehead smooth. Unclench the jaw and let the tongue relax. Feel everything slowly settling and sinking. The neck softens, the back of the skull. Shoulder blades sink into the mat, and the backs of the arms are totally supported by Mother Earth. The torso itself, the back body, rest in the mat. The belly and chest soften and fall towards the spine. The legs roll out from the hips and are relaxed. Thighs and calves, ankles, feet and toes. Take a gentle inhale and slowly and gently exhale it out and let everything melt. And then gently invite the mind to settle as well. Give yourself this gift of Savasana. Don't start thinking about what's next. But give yourself permission just to be on your mat. Feel every muscle, every tendon, every ligament, every cell in your being letting go. Tension is just washing away. And the mind is getting quiet and restful. The eyes are heavy. And the mind's eye turns inward. And imagine that you're looking at a still, beautiful lake, mirrored surface. And as you peer into that lake deep within. You see spirit, your reflection smiling back at you. The mind, the body, and the spirit connect, and the body becomes weightless, and you feel as though you're floating on that mirrored surface. The water is warm and soothing. And you drift into this sense of peace and contentment, falling into a deep, deep rest. Allow yourself to let go and sink into that deep rest. I will call you back in about 3 to 5 minutes with the singing bowl. So let everything go. Float on that lake. Perfectly content, completely at rest and at ease. Rest. Slowly and gently begin to bring your awareness space. Feel your body once again heavy on your mat. Begin to gently notice the breath and slowly begin to move fingers and toes as you begin to gently awaken the body from its rest. Allow the breath to deepen. Allow your movements and stretches to deepen until the time is right for you to take a full body stretch. Taking arms overhead, extending, pointing the toes, getting long on the mat. Once again, big inhale. As you exhale, hug the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the legs, and rock side to side. And when the moment's right, gently roll to one side in a fetal position, symbol of a rebirth, new beginning. Pause there, take a full round of breath. Slowly and gently press into a seated position. Soften or close the eyes. Bring and press the hands together into prayer hands, and then bring those prayer hands into your heart. Take a nice deep inhale. Sigh out the exhale. And I invite you to seal this practice and our time together with the one round of Om. So take a big inhale for Om. The light in me loves, honors, and respects the beautiful, beautiful light that shines in you. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me once again on my back porch. There were sounds of birds. There were sounds of my dogs at the door. I don't know if you caught that. That's kind of the advantage or challenge of doing yoga on a back porch, but all of it brings life to our mat. And so until we meet again, namaste.